Hello everyone. This video is brought to you by the Seventh Monk. Here we would be discussing some practice questions based on the concepts that we learned in the past two lectures. So let's get started. The first thing that we did was normal residents. Normal residents of a country are persons whose economic interest lies within that country and whose stay in that country is for more than a year. So, if any person meets these two criteria, then that person will be called the normal resident of that country. If a person is meeting only one criteria and not the other one, then that person won't be considered as the normal resident of that country. Now, let's do some questions based on it. The question says identify normal residents. The first question is Indian Muslims going for Hajj pilgrimage. So, yes, they are normal residents of India because they are going for Hajj pilgrimage, which is just for a month or two, and they live in India. Okay, so yes, they are the normal residents of India. Now, along with yes or no, you have to also mention reasons for why you are either answering it as yes or no. Then and only you will get higher marks in your exams. The second question says foreign tourist visiting India for a month to see monuments. So no, because they are just visiting India for 1 month. Okay. Part 3 says Indian employees working in WHO located in India. So yes, they are normal residents because they are Indian employees and WHO is also located in India. The fourth question says Indians working in UNO office located in America for less than 1 year. So yes, they are the normal residents of India because their stay in America is for less than 1 year. Now the fifth question says Indians going to Sri Lanka for watching cricket match. Yes, they are the normal residents of our country because they are going to Sri Lanka just for watching cricket match which is of a day or two. The sixth question says a Japanese tourist whose stay in India is for 2 months. No, because he is just for 2 months over here, and that too just for visiting places. Seventh question says Indian officials working in Indian embassy in USA. See, officials are Indian, embassy is Indian, so yes, they are the normal residents of India because embassy is a part of domestic territory and they are staying in the domestic territory and they are Indian, so yes, they are the normal residents. Here I have mentioned yes or no against the respective questions. Now, along with yes or no, don't forget to mention reasons because without reasons, you will not get marks, right? So, remember to mention reason after every yes or every no, right? The next concept that we discussed was of domestic territory. See, domestic territory is a territory which lies within the political boundary of a country. It also includes embassies, military base located in other countries. Okay, now remember one thing, private companies will not be the part of domestic territory of any country, right? So if a question will come asking you that a private company of India is located in America, so will it be considered as a part of America's territory or India's territory? So of course, since it is located in America, so it will be the part of America's domestic territory. Okay, so remember this, private companies located abroad are not considered as the part of domestic territory of our country. Okay, so let's do some questions based on it. The question says which of the following fall under domestic territory? The first question says an Indian company in America. See, company is Indian but it is located in America, so no, it is not the part of India's domestic territory. Second question is Microsoft company is in India. Yes, since they are inside the political boundaries of India. The third question says office of Tata in Japan. The office is in Japan and Tata is a private company, so no, it is not the part of India's domestic territory. Now fourth is Japan embassy in India. No, because embassies are the part of their own country. So Japan embassy in India would be the part of domestic territory of Japan, not of India. Fifth is branch of foreign bank in India. So yes, because that foreign bank is providing its services in India and it is inside the political boundaries of India. Sixth is branch of SBI in China. No, because it is providing its services in China and it is inside the boundaries of China. Then company in India owned by France, yes, because it is inside the political boundary of India. Now let's do one more question. This question says that GDP at factor cost is 2000, consumption of fixed capital, that is depreciation, is 100, indirect taxes are 500, subsidies are 200, factor income paid to abroad are 500, factor income received from abroad are 100. Now we have to find NNP at market price. Now in the past lecture we discussed it in great depth that how we can move from one variable to other. For moving from gross to net, we just need to subtract depreciation. For moving from DP to NP, we should add NFIA. For moving from factor cost to market price, we should just add NIT. So we will do the same in this case. Here they are asking to us to reach from GDP at factor cost to NNP at market price. So we will just subtract depreciation because net does not have depreciation whereas gross has. Then we will add NFIA because DP does not have NFIA but NP has NFIA, and we will add NIT because market product has NIT but factor cost does not have. Now see, NIT is not directly given here in the question, neither NFIA. So first we will find NIT and NFIA. Net indirect tax, NIT is indirect tax minus subsidies. So indirect tax is 500, subsidies are 200. So it would be 500 minus 200, which is 300. So NIT would be 300. Similarly, NFIA would be factor income received from abroad minus factor income paid to abroad. That is 100 minus 500, which would be equal to minus 400. So now when we will find GDP NNP at market price from GDP at factor cost, we will subtract depreciation, we will add NFIA, and we will add NIT to GDP at factor cost in order to reach at NNP at market price, right? Now here is other concept. This concept tells you that how you can find NDP at factor cost, that is domestic factor income, right? Whenever there is factor income, the variable is always in factor cost, not in market price. Okay, now domestic factor income and DP at factor cost includes compensation of employees, operating surplus, and mixed income of self-employed. Compensation of employed includes wages and salaries in cash in kind, employer's contribution to social security scheme, private pension, etc. Operating surplus includes income from property like rent, interest, royalty, and it also includes profits. And your mixed income of self-employed includes wage income and non-wage income. Now this question has given us several things like consumption of fixed capital, that is depreciation, employer's contribution to social security scheme, rent, interest, profit, royalty, wages and salaries, NIT and NFIA. Now they are asking us to find out GDP at market price and NNP at factor cost. Now we all know that we can easily find NDP at factor cost by adding compensation of employees, operating surplus, and mixed income of self-employed. Now in this question we are provided with compensation of employees and operating surplus. See, employers' contribution to social security scheme and wages and salaries are the part of compensation of employees. So compensation of employees will be 170 plus 30, that is 200. And operating surplus here would be the sum of rent plus interest plus royalty plus profit, which would be equal to 10 plus 20 plus 25 plus 5, that is 60. So at total NDP at factor cost would be compensation of employees plus operating surplus, that is 260. Now when we have find out NDP at factor cost, now we can easily reach at any variable, be it GDP at market price or NNP at factor cost. Now in order to reach at GDP at market price, what we will do? See, for going from net to gross, we will add depreciation, and for going from factor cost to market price, we will add net indirect tax. So we will do NDP at factor cost plus depreciation plus NIT. It would be equal to GDP at market price, that is 260 plus 34 plus 38 will be equal to 332. Now in order to find NNP at factor cost, we will do NDP at factor cost plus NFIA. NDP at factor cost is 260 and NFIA is minus 3. So NNP at factor cost would be 257. Is that very clear? So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and there are some questions given in description. Please practice those questions in order to strengthen your concepts. Keep learning, keep growing. Thank you, and if you like this video, then please subscribe to our channel, The Seventh Monk, and don't forget to hit the like button and please subscribe.